40 new big games coming out to PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC, so if you like games, this is the video for you. If you enjoy it, let me know, click in the like button and subscribe for more, thank you, and let's go. Inzoi is a highly anticipated simulation game of 2025. Well, it's a life simulator, in the same style of The Sims, but here, the details and possibilities are in another level, with a lot of things to do. The game is being developed by the studio Inzoi Studio, a studio from Crafton, and if you want to play it, the early access version is coming out to PC on Steam in March 27, 2025, but the final version in the future will also be available on Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. Create your unique story by controlling and observing the lives of Zois, the characters of the game. And for fans of this style, this looks good. JDM, Japanese Drift Master, combines realistic, carefully tuned physics in a simcade experience that's as smooth on a controller as it is with sim racing hardware. Tackle hundreds of kilometers of open-world roads, and uncover story-driven events and quests along the way. Hone your drifting skills, perfect grip races, take on challenges, and feel the thrill of authentic Japanese street racing. The game is being developed by the Studio Gaming Factory, and it'll be released in May 21, 2025, only on
The tracks lead this way. He's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Light the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. In case you don't know how it works, it's an open world filled with zombies, so you need to survive using different types of weapons, which you can explore for more. But the most interesting part of the game is the gameplay itself, with a first-person camera and insane parkour movements. For the ones who like especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this game, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S, but there's no release date yet, but probably still in 2025.
Ready for a bit of fun then?
Killing Floor 3 is an insane co-op FPS game. The series is known for being an extremely fun and brutal FPS series, and the game is being developed by the studio Tripwire Interactive and looks very fun. It's 2091 and Megacorp Horzine has produced the Ultimate Army, an obedient horde of bioengineered monsters called Zeds, and now you've got to join the resistance, alone or with your friends, to defend the future of mankind. The game promises to be as brutal as never, with horrifying beings and a lot of possibilities, since weapons to gadgets and much more. And the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows in March 25, 2025.
I hope this will be our last journey and bring us richness and freedom. But what's the value of human freedom if it's to face hell? This way.
The Mound Omen of Cthulhu was a new co-op game set in the universe of the famous Cthulhu. The game is being developed by the Studio Ace team and will be published by Nacon. It shall be released in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. In up to 4-player co-op, form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. The game shall envelope adventure with horror, since it's a horror universe, and in the gameplay trailer it looks like a sort of Left 4 Dead. That's a beloved style, but it's been kind of forgotten nowadays in my opinion. But let's hope that this is a good game.
What the hell? Yeah, crazy.
Guys, I'm lost. Where are you? Oh, not again. You can't hear it. What did you do with the lock? Sorry.
Your target is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind. Carrington! Damn it!
Perfect Dark is the returning of an old and classic first-person shooter video game series. The new game is being developed by the studio The Initiative, a new Xbox game studio, and looks really interesting. The game got no release date yet, but is believed to be released in 2026, and the platforms confirmed are Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not unbelievable, I'd say. The gameplay features a good combat with different weapons and gadgets, but also an immersive stealth system, allowing you to complete the missions in different ways, making the game even more special in my opinion. The graphics are really beautiful, with nice visuals and great constructions in this futurist experience.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in. We need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is a game that will probably surprise you. Well, it's a co-op FPS game, up to 3 players, in the universe of Alan Wake and Control. Yes, the Remedy games. It's obviously being developed by Remedy Entertainment and is planned to be released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. So if you like the mysteries of this dark and interesting universe, and also like to play co-op FPS games with your friends, this is surely an experience you gotta have. Or even in case you don't know the universe, but like mysterious stories, this one shall be insane.
Welcome to Firebreak.
Hello? This is hell?
Hell would have meaning. No, this is just us and our gloom.
Right where we are supposed to be.
Post-Trauma is a new survival horror game set in the style of classic and beloved video games, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Obscure, and more, and it looks really good. It's being developed by the studio Red Soul Games and is coming out on March 31, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Puzzle horror game inspired by PS2-era classics. Navigate environments, tackle threats, and meet other lost characters in the depths of the gloom. The universe is mysterious and dangerous. You must explore, fight, solve puzzles, and discover what's really going on there. All that with a lot of charisma and personality.
Make peace with the gloom.
You think you can escape what you've done?
I think I can try.
It's time.
Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter-shooter series. It's an FPS series with some RPG mechanics, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've never played some game of the series, it's a fun and unique FPS experience with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friends. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience. The series is known for being unique and really fun, and this new game is coming out in September 23, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Research Institute.
I thought this was just an ordinary theft. I never imagined a case like this would trouble a Rome agent. Looks like there's a monster. The thing, it took my leg. I didn't think it would show up again.
I don't stand.
Karma: The Dark World is a new game of horror, set in a sci-fi universe. It's being developed by the studio Pollard Studio and will be released in March 27, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game is officially described as a first-person cinematic psychological thriller set in a dystopian world where the Leviathan Corporation is omnipresent. The time is 1984, the place is East Germany, and things are not quite what they seem. The game looks really good, especially if you like immersive storytelling in a horror universe, with lots of mysteries and layers. The gameplay will be set in first person, and the gameplay shall be a sort of walking simulator, but in an atmospheric and immersive universe that shall have you really connected.
We are all lost.
Where yon the vale did I chance to see you, the little minnow in the clear, more righted though, in fayish way. A foundling here of mother's sorrow, conveyed to me by beaver, by sparrow. Blighted, yes, or so they say.
Soulframe is a new action RPG set in an open world, with a MMO experience, and is going to be a free-to-play game, and looks really good, with nice graphics, a beautiful and stunning world. The game is being developed by the studio Digital Extremes, and is set in a fanciful and magical world, with interesting enemies, including interesting boss fights, and it's not exactly a Souls-like, but a game with some aspects of Souls-like. It's being developed for a long time, even had a closed beta already, but there's no release date yet for the final version, and it's only confirmed for PC for now.
Gather motes of living world. Come gather arms against old and herd. And join our family beyond your blood. For blight.
Chrono Odyssey is a next-generation action MMORPG. The game features include awe-inspiring visuals powered by Unreal Engine 5, a vast and intricately designed seamless open-world dynamic action-based combat mechanics based on time manipulation and extensive customization. The game looks extremely beautiful since the graphics to the visual style, with an interesting combat style. It's being developed by the studio Chrono Studio, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Microsoft Windows. If you are a fan of MMORPG games, this one looks really nice, with a ravishing world to explore.
City is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin.
Clockwork Revolution is a new FPS game inspired in the classic and iconic BioShock. The game is being developed by the studio Inxile Entertainment, Xbox Game Studio, and is confirmed to Xbox Series X and S and Windows. The release date is not confirmed yet, but is believed to be in 2025 or 2026. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. So if you like FPS games with an interesting storyline and a good combat, this is a game that you should keep an eye out for. In my opinion, it looks promising.
Time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
Screams drawing me in. Better use the pendulum.
The Occultist is a new horror game that looks really interesting. It's being developed by the Studio Delaware and shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is set in a dark and atmospheric universe, and the gameplay shall mix realistic graphics and a first-person camera, a true survival horror experience, with hide-and-sneak mechanics, with good characters, puzzles and an immersive soundtrack. Images are engraved in my mind that would make any man tremble in fear. But I am not just any man. I am the Occultist. Accompany Alan Rebels on his most terrifying occult investigation yet in this spine-chilling horror experience. If you like survival horror games, this looks interesting.
Our limitations as human beings prevent us from really seeing what is there.
Hollow Knight Silksong is the sequel of the acclaimed original game. To be honest, this game was announced a long time ago, but no, it wasn't cancelled. It's still being developed, but we have no idea when it's coming out. The game is being developed by the studio Team Cherry, just like the original game, and it's coming out to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The game will be set in the same style of the original game, a 2D hardcore Metroidvania with extreme quality and originality, a fluid but simple gameplay, yet hard and stylish. The graphics of the game are insane, set in a dark universe with a lot of charisma and personality.
They hurt you pretty bad, didn't they? I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
Come on, move it! Get out of my way, jerk!
Maybe I overreacted a bit too much.
Wreckfest 2 is an extreme realistic racing game with an unbelievable destruction level of the cars and scenarios. The game is being developed by the studio Bugbear and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and for Windows it's already available, but in the early access with just a little bit of content, but it's already really fun to play, but the final version has no release date yet. Ready for mayhem? Wreckfest is back, offering the best in full-contact racing with unrivaled destruction. Witness head-to-head battles as you tear apart rival vehicles bit by bit. Powered by the enhanced physics engine developed by the creators of Wreckfest and Flatout.
L-O-V-E! Move it! You take their pieces! Throw it up Oh, feels like something came up through the seat! Oh.
Battle command uplink initializing. Please stand by.
The Dynasty have amassed an enormous army right under our noses. And as of 10 minutes ago, whether to even respond, the Dynasty have launched attacks across our western border. They've been planning this for God knows how long.
Operation sighted.
SciComm, Code Red. Issue an immediate retreat order to all GDF units in 10 miles. Get our troops out of there. Weapons free. These things fire back. Get our drone fleet in the air and get me a satellite.
Tempest Rising is a new RTS, real-time strategy game, coming out in 2025. It's being developed by the studio Slipgate Ironworks, and it'll be available only on Windows, at least for now, in April 24, 2025. Command distinct factions in a desperate struggle for power and resources in Tempest Rising, a classic RTS set on Earth after a nuclear war. Classic RTS action meets modern production and performance in Tempest Rising. Inspired by RTS greats of the 90s and 2000s, Tempest Rising is a classic base-building real-time strategy game set in a modern-day alternative history war scenario.
We've discovered a strange scale. The event could be catastrophic. Get me one of these missiles, Commander.
Tony Hawk 3+4 will be the remaster of the classic and beloved original games. The remaster of 1 and 2 was released already, and now we'll have the remastered version of these two other games from this awesome series. The remaster is being developed by the studio Iron Galaxy Studios and is coming out still in 2025, July 11, 2025, and it'll be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, and it'll be available day one on Xbox Game Pass. The series is specially known for being an insane arcade skate experience with insane tricks and maneuvers, awesome soundtracks, and a fluid gameplay style, so I'm really looking forward to play this game. Fumes is a racing game for you that missed those classic boomer shooter with racing, like Vigilante 8, Twisted Metal, and more. The game is being developed by the Studio Fumes team and promises to be a returning to those classic games, even got a retro graphic style, with many cars, upgrades, and stages. The game is coming out only for PC for now, and our early access is confirmed to be released soon, but with no official date yet. Arm your vehicle with deadly weapons and roam endless wastelands in this fast-paced car combat game. Collect upgrades for your car to melt enemies and giant bosses in this bizarre world. Elden Ring Nightreign is a new game set in the universe of Elden Ring. It's not a sequel, and it's not a DLC, but a game with classic and new Elden Ring stuff, and there will also be things from other games, like bosses, so it looks really fun. It's going to be set in a sort of roguelike system, with some features of a battle royale even, but only against normal enemies, not players, but you'll be able to play with your friends in a co-op adventure. The game is being developed by From Software, and experience is going to be similar in the gameplay with the original Elden Ring, but the structure will be totally different. If you like the gameplay of Elden Ring and wanted to play more with you friends, I think you'll like it, but it won't please all fans of Elden Ring in my opinion. but will be interesting to see things from other games and also new things in this new Elden Ring. It's coming out in May 30th, 2025 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows.
Little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold. I will swat away any and all.
Replaced is a 2.5D sci-fi retrofuturistic action platformer, where you play as Reach, an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body against its own will. Replaced combines cinematic platforming, pixel art, and free-flow action combat set in an alternative 1980s. The game is being developed by the studio Sad Cat Studios and got no release date yet, but is believed that's going to be released in 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game is set in a dark and mysterious universe with an extremely stylish graphic, so this is probably going to be an excellent game for the fans of 2D immersive games, just like Limbo or Inside, but here we'll be able to fight too. The Relic First Guardian is an action RPG developed by Project Cloud Games. The game features a dark and dangerous world, with a beautiful graphic style and impressive environments. The gameplay is basically inspired in the Souls-like style, with a cadenced-paced combat system, kinda similar to the new Lords of the Fallen, but faster, with different creatures as enemies, all looking really good. The game, as any other Souls-like, will have huge and immersive boss fights with great and inspiring soundtracks, and I must say that it looks good, but to really play the game we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025, and is coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. Sand is an open-world PvPvE extraction shooter, where players operate giant walkers across the post-apocalyptic dunes of a fallen planet. Battle rival players, explore, loot and extract valuable resources in a hostile, ever-changing world. It's being developed by the studios Hologryph and Towerhouse, and coming out on early access to PC, on Steam, in April 3, 2025, but will eventually be available on Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 too. The game is set in a unique universe, with war machines and weapons that shall be really interesting to play with, and all that looks really fun, so if you want to play, it's not far.
Ну що, хлопці, запрягайте.
Little Nightmares 3 is the new adventure, or should I say, nightmare, of the franchise, still with a very cool visual and nice graphics, and it's being developed by Supermassive Games. This time you won't play alone. I mean, you can play alone, but with an AI character helping you, or with a friend or mate, all set in an atmospheric and horrifying place filled with all types of monsters. Just like the first two games, here you must survive the bizarre creatures that wants to devour you and also solve the riddles of the rooms to proceed to the next stage. And with this co-op mode, it promises to be even more complex now, with the need of a good communications if you're playing online. The game is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Windows.
Your cortisol levels are elevated. Something's interfering, detecting temporal anomaly. Processing.
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a new single-player game set in the universe of the legend Cthulhu. A mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the occult, unravel the mysteries of the deep. Test your wits and sanity in this thriller inspired by the Master of Providence. The game is being developed by the studio Big Bad Wolf and will be published by Nacon. The game shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation, and Windows. If you like the universe and stories created by H.P. Lovecraft and also like atmospheric single-player games, this is one that you really need to keep an eye out for, cause it looks promising.
The knowledge, it's beautiful.
The Elder Scrolls 6 is the new journey of the series after Skyrim, but we have no idea when it's coming out. It was announced with Starfield, so it means they're working in this game now, but when it shall be coming out we still don't know. It's being developed by Bethesda, and shall be released on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
Queen's spell has turned steel to stone and left her army unmatched. Only you can wield the hammer of the gods and bend steel to your will.
Blades of Fire is a new medieval action-adventure game coming out still in 2025. The game is being developed by the studio Mercury Steam and will be released in May 22, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Join Aaron de Lira, firstborn of the King's Ward, on a journey to find the real purpose of his fate. Develop your forging skills, craft a series of weapons to suit your style, and get ready to embrace a unique combat system as you take on Queen Neria's fierce enemies. The gameplay resembles a sort of Souls-like game, but looks really simple in the gameplay, just like the graphics too. Let's just hope the game surprises with a fun story and gameplay.
Forge your legend.
What could you possibly say? You're here to kill me.
Battlefield 6 is finally the new Battlefield game after Battlefield 2042. It's being developed by DICE and some other studios and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. No Rest for the Wicked is a unique and beautiful Souls-like with a stunning graphic style and is being developed by the same studio of Ori's series, Mound Studio. It features a fluid and interesting gameplay with a different camera style from standard Souls-like games. It's played from a perspective of an upper camera with immersive scenarios and impressive and challenging boss fights. The game is on early access on Steam, but for now you can't really finish the game, so in case you really want to play it I recommend you to wait. But there's no release date for the final version, but is coming out to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Over Jump Rally is a new racing game that absolutely reminded me of the classic Gran Turismo games. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Rosso and is only confirmed for PC for now, but there's no release window yet. Hot Blazing Sun. Relive arcade racing with Over Jump Rally, an unofficial remake of Sega Rally from the 90s. Unreal Engine 5 powered stunning graphics, nostalgic music, and intuitive controls bring classic racing to a new generation.
Anything like you have, she'll keep fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all real.
Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. That's two-toed.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't of a disposition to be gator snacks.
South of Midnight is an upcoming action-adventure game with a combat similar to a hack and slash. It's being developed by the studio Compulsion Games, an Xbox game studio, and it's coming out on April 8, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S and Windows. Explore the mythos and confront mysterious creatures of the Deep South in this modern folktale while learning to weave an ancient power to surmount obstacles and unravel your family's hidden past. The game is set in stylish and different graphic style with a fast and fluid gameplay since the exploration to the combat itself, which you'll face different enemies through the game, since normal foes to different boss fights.
Who did you love?
State of Decay 3 is the new and biggest game of the zombie survival series. The original games were kinda simple yet fun, especially playing with friends, but this new adventure promises to be greater in all aspects since the graphics, gameplay, possibilities, and the universe itself. The game is being developed by the studio Undead Labs, a Xbox Games studio, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, but I would not doubt of a PlayStation 5 version too. Unite to survive, push back the blood plague to reclaim the land's resources and carve out a life in the zombie apocalypse. It still has no release date, but is believed to be released in 2025 or 2026.
When we ventured out beyond the gates.
Is my valuable customer finally awake?
Many people believe that we have a purpose, as if we had been brought to Tartarus for some reason.
Pioner drops players into a vast, grim world where survival hinges on exploration, crafting, and smart resource management. As an MMORPG, it offers both PvE missions and intense PvP zones with unique crafting mechanics, hundreds of weapons, and a deep story to explore. The game is being developed by the studio GFA Games and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The universe of the game is huge and complex, with multiple possibilities since standard missions against normal foes to battles and war against other players, all set in an immersive combat style with makeshift weapons, what resembles games like Fallout for example. Archeage Chronicles is one of the most beautiful MMORPG games announced and will probably be one of the best games in this style of its year. And it's being developed by the studio XL Games. Explore Auroria, a vast and vibrant world brimming with rich lore and thrilling action. The gameplay looks really good, involving all types of gameplay, with lot of different weapons, enemies, and environments. So if you like MMORPG games, this is probably one that you need to take a better look, and it'll be coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC, but there's no release date yet. Last Sentinel is an upcoming narrative-focused open-world action game set in a distant future in a different version of Tokyo, and the most interesting thing here is that this game is being made by a veteran Rockstar Games director. It's being developed by the studio Lightspeed Studios, and it was announced in 2023, but so far we didn't see much more about the game, except the trailer that looks really interesting, but doesn't represent the real gameplay of the game. If you enjoy sci-fi games, open-world games, and even story-focused games, I think you need to keep an eye out for this one, cause I have a hunch the game will be big, but we have no idea when it's coming out, and neither the platforms, but probably Windows, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.
I bet you think I'm here for the gold and jewels, right? Well, you'd be dead wrong. It's okay. I got you, pal. Just you and me.
Search everywhere!
Ah! Those dirty Inquisition always in the...
Where you at? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Exoborne is an open-world, tactical extraction shooter set in a world torn apart by extreme forces of nature. Customize powerful exorigs to gain strategic advantage in ever-changing weather conditions. Face hostile factions, enemy players, and Mother Nature herself in intense high-stakes sessions. The game is being developed by the studio Sharkma Baby and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game is set in a futuristic universe with advanced technologies such as weapons, gadgets, vehicles, and more, all that with beautiful graphics and an exploration that promises to be immersive and rewarding. So if you like extraction games, this is a good one to keep an eye out for.
To go?
Easy in, easy out.
That's our ride.
Arrakis is a test. Survive it.
Dune Awakening is a new upcoming MMORPG, and as you imagine, it's going to be set in the universe of Dune, a universe rich with lore and possibilities. The game is being developed by the studio Funcom, and promises to be a huge and immersive game for the people that loves MMORPGs, or even those that loves the universe of Dune. Rise from survival to greatness and challenge the power of an Imperium in Dune Awakening, a multiplayer survival game on a massive scale. Survive the sandworm, craft your ornithopter, build a fortress, and ascend to power on an open-world Arrakis shared with hundreds of other players, all that playing alone or with your friends. So if you like the idea, know that it's coming out in May 20th, 2025, at least the first version, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Born of its raging expanse. They said he emerged out of the night, that he came out of the fright wastelands, shaped by depraved thoughts. A shadow followed him, riding on a horse as big as a dragon. His sword ablaze.
The Night Wanderer is an action RPG in the Souls-like style set in a unique world. The game promises to have a good and immersive story, and also scenarios, with a beautiful graphic style. It's being developed by Mighty Koi, and in the game we'll play as Vuko, an elite soldier, and must find out what happened to a lost expedition headed for a mysterious, fantastical planet of medieval-like Midgard. The game features breathtaking graphics and environments, at least for what we can see of it so far, but to see the final version of the game we'll need to wait until it's out. But for now we don't have the release date, but it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
Hey, come on!
Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is the new game of a beloved fighting game saga. The returning of the series looks gorgeous, with a beautiful cartoon graphic style, classic and new characters, a fast and dynamic combat style, and a lot of personality. The game is being developed by SNK Corporation, and in case you're a fan of King of Fighters series and don't know or never played Fatal Fury, you should take a look. The game is similar in some aspects, and even got some of the same characters that are actually from Fatal Fury originally. And that's another huge series that's being revived in 2025, and the best of all, the game has a release date already, that is April 24th, 2025, and is coming out to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
City of the Ribbon.
That's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your favorite ones of the list, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you so much, and so long.